Humans are a fascinating species, never cease to amaze me. I have a patient, his name is Wade. Now, Wade is a real mountain man, a real outdoorsman, really rough and gruff. But when I first met him, he was virtually crippled. I mean, he was hunched over, couldn't stand up straight, riddled with pain and all these issues. I remember when he first came into our office, our front desk person kind of looked at me. It's like, can we help him? It's a kind of a bad case from the outside. But about 8 months, about 8 weeks into care, he had significantly improved, and he'd been this way since his early 20s. I mean, he really beat himself up. And he came to me for a regular appointment about 8 weeks into care, and he said, "You know what, Doc? I have to thank you for everything you've done for me, but I really feel like things are just getting better on their own." And this kind of stopped me for a second. I looked at him and I said, "Wade, have you been listening to me over the last 8 weeks?" And he goes, "Oh yeah, yes, I've been listening to you. I'm not sleeping on my stomach. I'm not rubbing my neck. I'm drinking plenty of water." I said, "No, Wade. Have you been listening to me about health and healing and how your body works and what's going on with you and what chiropractic does?" And he looked at me kind of like a deer caught in headlights, which is really unusual for mountain man Wade. He's very outgoing and assertive. And I said, "Wade, of course it's getting better on its own. I mean, that's what I've been telling you all this time, is that your body is designed to heal itself, that no doctor, no pill, no therapy can heal you. Only your body can heal you. And all we're trying to do, all chiropractic's goal is to remove whatever's interfering with that process. That's why you're getting better." And he goes, "Oh." I said, "Yeah, wait. For 40 years, you were just getting worse. And then you think there's a coincidence in the past 8 weeks that your body starts functioning properly, that things start healing, you start getting better on your own?" He goes, "Oh." Okay. But we don't think of that. Again, we're told our whole lives that we need doctors and medicine and therapies to keep our bodies running, never mind to heal us and cure us when things go wrong. But think about it. A doctor really can't cure anything. If you cut yourself and you have a wound, I mean, a doctor can clean it with antiseptic, he can bandage it, gauze it, stitch it, whatever is appropriate for that particular kind of wound, give you, pain relievers to get through it. But at the end of the day, it's your body that's doing the healing, not some antiseptic and a bandage. Or if you break your arm, of course, you should cast it so that it sets straight and so that you don't re-injure it. But it's not the cast that's doing any healing. It's the bone itself and your body. I mean, if you want some really interesting, deep dive, get on YouTube and find some videos about how wounds heal or about how bones mend. It's fascinating. I mean, it is really, truly miraculous. It is that innate intelligence in your body that is doing that, that's doing that healing. If you get the cold, I mean, the most age-old problem for man, we can't find a cure for the common cold. All a doctor can do is make you comfortable while your body fights it, gives you something for your fever, give you plenty of fluids to stay hydrated and stay nourished. But they can't heal you. That cold is going to take 3, 4, 5 days to heal on its own, no matter what you do. Okay. Now, whenever I talk about these kinds of things, people always like to come up with gotchas. When I say that doctors can't cure anything. Well, what about a gunshot wound or some major trauma, or what about major infections or cancer? All right. Well, of course, I've already talked about this. Medical doctors are great at saving your life in a trauma situation, but then once that situation's under control, they didn't heal anything. They just stabilized you. They stopped the bleeding. They removed the bullet. Whatever the case may be, cover up the burn wounds. Okay, but then it's your body's turn to take over and to begin that healing process. Or, my Aunt Betty had an infection, MRSA infection or whatever she had, and they gave her antibiotics. It's like, okay, that's great. They destroyed whatever or mitigated whatever infection that was, whatever bacteria or virus, but they didn't address at all what the situation was that led to that infection. What's going on with the terrain there? What's the health there? Or cancer. Of course, everyone loves to talk about this because, my mother was cured of colon cancer, or I had this or that. All a doctor is doing there is cutting out the bad cells, poisoning you until hopefully those bad cells die before you do, irradiating those cells to fry and kill them. They're not curing you. you're just not living long enough for the cancer to come back or for the repercussions to happen unless you change the situation that allowed that cancer to thrive in the first place. I told the story a couple of weeks ago about my father, who at 30 years old discovered he had thyroid cancer, had half his thyroid removed, didn't change anything. 30 years later to the year, he has thyroid cancer in the remaining half of his thyroid. They had to remove that too. And I guarantee if he lives till 90, he will be diagnosed with something yet again because the underlying cause of that has not been addressed. They just keep ripping it out whenever they find it. Or childhood cancers, people like to talk about, cured from leukemia and so forth. That's great. But I mean, there's a ton of research out there. Go to Dr. Google and check it out. The survivors of these childhood cancers are at huge risk for other issues down the road, developmental issues, endocrine problems, secondary cancers. And that's because they're not curing the cancer for that person. They're just removing it, not changing what's wrong with the body in the first place. And that dysfunction manifests in other ways in that person. So, the doctors are not doing any curing when you really start to analyze and scratch down beneath the surface with what's going on with these folks, even though it appears that way. It is ultimately and always your body that does any healing whatsoever. Okay, so Wade, yes, he was getting better on his own, and that's because chiropractic care removed what was interfering with his God-given ability to heal so that his body could do what it's designed to do, which is function correctly and heal and recover, even from 40 years of abuse. So that's chiropractic's job. That's chiropractic's only job. I'm not going to beat a dead horse because we have videos about this. It's not to treat back pain. It's not to treat any condition. It's just to do kind of a factory reset on your body so that it can function the way God intended it to, which is perfectly, beautifully. So hopefully this is a little bit of an eye-opener for you. I'm glad Wade came in and floored me with that statement because I was pretty sure I was connecting with him over those couple of months, but I missed something. It caused me to reassess how I communicate. But hopefully that resonates with you, and that's kind of an eye-opener. Well, wow, and you can really start to think about this and, again, scratch beneath the surface with your own health problems and think about how are they being handled? How are they being managed? Is there a better way? Is there a way maybe to overcome these things, maybe through chiropractic care in combination with other things? So I hope you enjoyed this. Hope it resonated with you. Subscribe to this channel, like this video, share this video with other people so we can get this message out there because it's not getting shared. And yeah, we'll have more of this content coming soon. Talk to you later.